Hi Foodaholics! So amazing China has been amazing! Are you following the series? Yes, this is supposed to be episode 2 of the Amazing China series, and if you are just joining, you can catch up on YouTube, www.youtube.com/GinaEhikodi. My name is Gina, and on the show today, I'm still going to show you a very beautiful recipe, but first, go to China and see what else we saw on the streets of Beijing. It was a very sunny day in Beijing, and the walk in the Forbidden City is a very long one. Having arrived just a day before and no rest time in between, the walk in this magnificent edifice of a palace was beginning to drain me. However, I was so eager to know more.
And this one is the most important building, the building for big ceremonies, such as emperor's coronation. The first one, the last emperor's coronation.
So many things have caught my fancy, like the Imperial Way, the lake that ran across the city, the sundial used for telling time, and the systems for water, which my tour guide said was used as fire extinguishers, the calligraphy and paintings, and there was a lot to see and learn. One thing I noticed in almost all the gates we have passed so far is the lack of plants or trees. My guide said this was because of the notion the emperors had that only serious matters of leadership or rulership should happen there, so there are no need for trees. Another theory states that there are no trees because it may be a good hiding place for assassins. The emperors were very conscious of their safety, hence the heavy fortification of the palace. They even worried that assassins may dig tunnels into the palace, hence the ground bricks are layered in a very special way, 7 layers lengthwise, 8 layers crosswise, totaling 15 layers of bricks on the ground. Nobody should even think of digging tunnels. They may not finish for eternity. Finally, we get into the Imperial Garden. Of course, it is a garden and we found trees. One of the most famous trees is the 400 years old intertwined pine tree, which symbolizes the harmony between the emperor and the empress. Anyway, me and Baba Ibeji decided to take pictures by the tree. The garden is said to be a place of relaxation for the emperor's family, including concubines and consorts. And all male officials who would ever get to this area apart from his blood relatives are all eunuchs. Like, they all have to be castrated. Finally, we find the gate that leads us out of the Forbidden City. It was a fantastic exposure to history, far more than you could ever read or watch in movies. Next up is going to see the Beijing Old Hutongs, where Mr. Chang and his wife has prepared us lunch. To get to these Hutongs, we need to take a rickshaw. Popularly known as keke in Nigeria, as the roads leading to these communities are quite narrow. Hutongs are traditional courtyard residents formed by compounds connecting each other to form a community. A few of these Hutong exist these days as modern buildings continue to spring up in Beijing. But the Chinese government is doing its best to preserve these Hutongs for the sake of tourism. We took this beautiful breezy ride on the rickshaw, driving past a beautiful lake to this Hutong.
Hey, what's up?
We paid and walked down to Mr. Chang's house.
Which one?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
As we walked, my tour guide told me more about these Hutongs and the houses there.
Someone is going to Oh, that means all behind it. Show you. Very serious.
You can actually tell a person's status from their building. Each house in the Hutong had beams, Such homes with beams belong to officials who worked for the emperor in those days. And the number of beams on their doors signified their ranks and status.
Inside you can see the door form too. They are shaped in drum shaped drum, right? Because this, I can tell, this is the military officials. Because in the old day, when to battle, they would beat the drum. Yeah, to announce the victory.
Finally, we get to Mr. Chang and they have prepared a feast for us. But first, I still need a cold drink. Alright, so I have had a long walk of over 600 years old history from the Tiananmen Square to the North Gate of the Forbidden City. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that. But after the long walk, we have decided to come take our lunch at the home of a very old couple. We're about to start eating very soon. You can see some cooking is still being done in the kitchen, and so far I am enjoying Beijing. Alright guys, you see my chopstick game is tight now. Yeah, so Christine taught me yesterday, and this is dumpling, chive dumpling that I just dipped into vinegar, rice wine vinegar, and it's actually very lovely. It's nice. And the person who has been responsible for this beautiful lunch is Mr. Chow. Hello, Mr. Chow. Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Ni hao. Ni hao is hello in Chinese. Yeah, and that's how you greet everybody. Ni hao. Ni hao. Yeah. So I want to say thank you very much for inviting us to lunch in your house.
不客气。
Okay. Thanks so much. But I really like the dumpling. 谢谢。
我们北京这儿有一句老话，叫舒服不如倒着。
Oh, okay. The most comfortable position is to lie down.
Yeah.
And the most beautiful food is dumplings. Yeah. I really love dumplings and I enjoyed this one. Thank you so
吃
much for
饺子呢，
talking
只
with
能
us.
只有在过年过节。
Okay, so dumplings are prepared for important events like when you have the Chinese New Year or there's a celebration and if an important guest arrives. All right. Shake, shake. Shake, shake.
不客气。
Yeah. Welcome back from Beijing. Yeah, you know the good thing about travel is, especially travel that has got sightseeing alongside with it, is as you are walking, you are shedding that calories or shedding the weight. Beijing was quite hot when we visited. It was not easy taking that walk, seeing all those beautiful sights. But one thing I will definitely tell you is that after such walk, you need something to refresh and cool down. So today I am making grilled meat today. So we are making very simple grilled meat, but the wonderful thing about this grilled meat is that we are grilling on charcoal. What I'm using for the grilling: meat, onions, of course, green pepper, red pepper, yellow pepper, ginger, carrot as well, seasoning, chili pepper, black pepper, curry, and thyme. And I'll be mixing everything together with oil. It's a very simple marinade for this grilled meat or grilled stick meat, or maybe we call it kebab. Yes, that's the right word. Meat kebab. Yes, I could add some barbecue sauce on it later. So time for us to start cooking. Alright guys, so time to start making the marinade. The marinade is quite important because now the thing will go make the meat sweet. So now here you go add all the mede where the meat go soak. And you know, usually they actually keep marinades for like an hour to 24 hours or even above. Yeah. So, but today we'll just do a few hours. So I have my onions going in here for the marinade. I'll use 1 bulb. Because the good thing is, even when the marinade remains, I'll still use it to baste. So I'm using carrots. All right. My carrot goes in. For the marinade, I have seasoning, so you can use your choice seasoning. I have chili pepper. That's for some heat. Now, those of you who like suya pepper, this also works. Suya pepper will work well. I have black pepper in here, so I'll just take the ginger, yeah, thyme and meat. You know that time where your mother, they always tell you, say, put thyme for the meat when they cook. Yes, because our ancestors know that thyme and meat, they pair well together. Yeah, so I'm going to add some curry. And of course, some salt. Just a little salt. Whenever you want to make marinades like this, it's best you use oil. Yes, instead of using water to blend your marinade together, you use oil. So I'm going to blend it now. Okay, so the marinade is fine. Okay, so I'll just pour the marinade into this meat. Now, I cut the meat in tiny chunks, and I'll be stringing it into the skewers. If you're wondering why I put the skewers in water, it's so that by the time I put it on the charcoal grill, it doesn't burn quickly. Yeah, so you have to soak it in water so it doesn't burn. So I'll pour the marinade. Don't be afraid to taste your marinade, yeah, so that you know it's as tasty as you want it to be. This is good. So when you taste it, you'll know if you want to add more seasoning or if you want to add more salt. Now, it's very important to wash your hands with soap and water when cooking, because at this point, this is when I want to use my hand to rub this meat very well to be sure that all the marinade goes into the meat. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is wrap it with a cling film. This has been wrapped. I'm going to take it now to the fridge, and as I go outside, I'm going to start preparing for the grill, the charcoal, the fire, and all. I'll also come back to clean all of this. All right, for that, Holly, so it's time to get this grill rolling. Now, for grilling outdoor, you need charcoal, or you can just grill using an electric grill. They have so many types of electric grill these days. So I'm going to add kerosene. Now I'll need something to start the fire, maybe paper or something. Okay, so we are going to allow this burn, the charcoal burn, comes down till it starts looking red, before I'll put this on. Yeah, the rack, the grilling rack. If I put the grilling rack on, then start setting the meat. So it's time for us to go arrange the meat. All right, so Okay, I'll be using carrots also. This is just for the garnish. All right, so this is good. I'm going to send for the meat now, and I'll start stringing the skewers. All right, guys, I'm back with the meat, and of course, I brought back onion. Who grills without onion? Yeah. So, onion, the neighbor disturber, and this one's supposed to tell everybody. So, you get everything Gina they do for her courtyard, though. Yeah, and just like the rest, I'll just cut it into large chunks. Okay, so it's time for me to start stringing the meat. I have my skewers. It's been soaking in water for a while now. I like to start with onion. So I'll put the onion in first, and it wouldn't be bad to put, no, let me put meat first. So the meat goes in. And the taste of carrot is fantastic. So we have our kebabs ready, and the grill fire is doing good. So I will just string this one and take these ones to the grill. By the time we come back, we'll string the rest. All right, foodaholics, our stringed kebab is here, and this is good. The smoke is good. So I'll just put the rack on top and begin to place the kebab. That is so hot. This is just fine. I'll string the rest and we will get everything done. Okay, so over here I have the marinade. I'll add a little bit of oil and some of this barbecue sauce. So I'm going to mix. And burst. Okay, so this is ready. I have guests, so let's go. And of course, this is beautiful, but I won't start eating without first introducing my guests. Now, this is Joy Obikwe, the PRO, Nigerian Immigration Services Delta State Command here. My goodness, I'm short, I don't know what to say. Hi, Joy, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay, for those of you who do not know, I have to tell you because I know some of you don't know, we went to the same primary school together, Delta State PRO.
Yes.
Immigration, Delta State Command. How you doing, love?
I'm fine.
It's so good to have you in the studio
nice
today.
To be here.
Yeah, so she was just passing through Lagos and decided to drop by the studio. So today I made this ice drink. Just have a taste and tell them. And after tasting that one, you taste our
in fact,
our
aroma here
kebab. Yeah.
Sorry, you said there's a whipping cream inside.
Yeah, that was the whipped cream on top.
Wow. And the bun. Sorry, I need to take another taste.
It's lovely. She's not lying. It's lovely.
This is good for
No,
an afternoon outing.
I'm telling you,
While it's
hot
sunny.
day.
Yes.
Hot day. Now,
So can I go down to my meat?
Taste that.
Thank you. So what do I call this?
It's actually kebab.
Wow.
The bursting from that
There's this carrot flavor in it. I added carrot, the green pepper and the red pepper.
and I use barbecue sauce to burst.
This is tasty.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Very nice.
It's really, really nice.
It wasn't bad stopping by.
I'm hoping you can.
This is nice. And I think most people should try this.
The freshness from the vegetable.
And the aroma is killing. In fact, I have been wanting to eat it even before I started eating it. So it's enjoying.
Yeah, then another thyme for the marinade, thyme, curry, ginger, seasoning, salt. It was just a simple marinade, not that bad. Not too much, I mean. But this drink is the winner. Alright, Foodaholics. This is another beautiful episode that I've just passed. Try what I try. Send me picture. I have gifts when you try it, okay? See you next week. Mwah.